Good afternoon, curling fans. We are live at the Penticton Curling Club for the second of two playoff tiebreaker games to see which of the 12 teams to determine who will be going into the playoffs. My name is Sherry Burkilo Diaz, and I am joined today by Kevin Freeborn. Here he is. Hi, Kevin.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm pretty good.
Have you been enjoying some curling down here at the club?
Yeah, I've been lucky enough to commentate all week here, pretty much on Sheet B, so been watching lots of good curling.
I've seen some amazing curling myself, and it is really cool to be able to go have a conversation with these guys after the event or after their game. They generally come on up and have a little visit with everyone, and it's a pretty cool experience. Had a nice vibe down here at the Penticton Curling Club, so couple more games this afternoon at 3-ish and 7 p.m. So we are featuring today Team Dunstone versus Team Yanagisawa, and they are going into the second tiebreaker. So Dunstone had to beat Casper to get here, but then they are going to play with this team here, and we're going to get started. They're just finishing up their practice now with the draw to the button to determine who has hammer this first end of play. So Dunstone just got off the ice. He was playing on sheet F in the previous game, and he had to make a beautiful draw to the button to win that game.
Clutch draw, yeah.
The game was tied in the sixth end. These are only 6-end games. This will be Matt's draw to the button here. Gets it onto the button for measure. Didn't cover the pin. We do have the skips and the thirds mic'd.
But definitely called it earlier.
I was a lot more positive on that.
But I wasn't able to hear what the centimeters were on that draw to the button, so we'll just kind of eyeball it. Yanagisawa coming in for the draw to the button and makes it closer than that Dunstone. So Yanagisawa with the hammer this first end of play. So this will be an exciting game, Kevin.
Yeah, it sure will. This young team from Japan has had a good showing here this week. A lot of these young teams actually playing quite well this week and creating a bit of upset out there, so it'll be a good game between the veteran Dunstone and Yanagisawa.
That's great. Yeah. We've got a bit of a bigger crowd here this afternoon. Lots of people coming out to watch some great curling and be nice and close to the action. We'll be keeping an eye and keeping you updated on what's happening as well over on sheet F, where the second play down is the tiebreaker is happening, and that is between Team Schneider from Victoria, BC versus Team Hosley from Switzerland. So these guys, we've been watching them, and they sure are massively good hitters. They're great. So here we are. So go ahead.
Yeah, so lead rock's just being delivered here, and Ryan Harden asked to put one up on center. Looks like he's done that, biting the center line, so the no-tick rule is in effect here in this event. So any rock that is touching the center line can't be ticked off that center line by the opposing team until the sixth rock.
Team Yanagisawa comes into the house.
Yeah, attempting to come around there, just leaving it a little bit exposed, so Matt's gonna try and bump that back a bit, maybe out of the rings.
Introducing you to the teams. This is lead Ryan Harnden, and the second, sweeping on the right-hand side, is Colton Lott. BJ Neufeld, just making it past that guard. Really great shot. Skip by Matt Dunstone.
Yeah, so Dunstone almost got a perfect roll there, just peeking out the other side, so Yanagisawa throwing what looks like hack weight. See if he can remove that rock and make the roll a little better.
Team Yanagisawa is coached by Canadian Bob Urso, who is joining them on the ice this time around, and I've seen him on the ice before, but I haven't heard the reason that he would be joining them. He'll go down now and call the game.
There's a little more of this blue rock showing, so they've picked the weight up just a bit, make sure it goes away, and going for an inside roll or outside roll.
No problem with that. That's Satoshi Kazumi. Lead.
So he made the hit, just rolled a little big out the other side, and Matt's going to hit right back.
Colton Lott. And sticks is exposed.
So Yanagisawa motioning for the hit and roll, just to the outside. He manages to catch it on the other side and just roll inside. Not too bad. Back of the house and sticking out the other side now, so Matt's hitting back.
I expect at this point we'll keep seeing that this is a pretty open end. Matt has the opportunity to hit and roll behind some cover. Bob calling for the same thing here. So that's Tsuyoshi Yamaguchi throwing the third rocks.
They don't have the mics on, like, can't touch them. They're all sitting across. Can't go through. So what I'd like you guys to announce is just say, unfortunately, mics are not. No, because I don't pay any attention. Mics didn't. Mics just are not.
Okay, skips them. Yep, that's fine.
No, so you can use. Yeah, it's all of them.
They're playing a pretty wide open hit game right now. Not trying to put anything behind the tee line that can be used for a freeze or opportunity to get two.
Well, Dunstone coming down now for his first of Skip Stones here in the first end of play in one of the tiebreaker games of the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic. We're so happy to be here today and part of this event. Sponsored in part by City of Penticton, gives us a ton of support for this event. And Copper Mug Pub helps us a lot with this event as well. And players get special rates at places like the 4 Points Sheraton, which is has a couple of brand new locations within walking distance of the curling club. Seeing a nice clean first end.
Yeah, it looks like both teams just happy to figure the paths out here early in this first end and before they get too aggressive.
So Riku Yanagisawa in his first throw, throwing skip stones. So as I said, Bob Ursel throws the lead rocks. and Yanagisawa throws skip stones. Opening up the opportunity here for Dunstone to draw to the 8 foot or so.
Yeah, so this is last rock for Matt. He's going to try and bury one in there and force this end if he can. Maybe even eke out a steal if he makes it good.
Well, I'm sure he wouldn't mind that, but you know, I know these teams like to start off with a couple of points in the first end, and so we've seen a few games go blank, blank, blank before anybody gets on the board.
Yeah, and the ice is moving good, so it's not, guard may not be quite tight enough that it won't be accessible.
Lots of movement on these rocks since we've sharpened them on Thursday night. After getting some feedback from the first day of play that the teams wanted a little bit more swing on the rocks, so Chris Jones, our ice maker and club manager. So it doesn't force the issue quite as tough with a draw to the back of the 4 foot. Even a little bit of an advantage.
But it is mostly buried, so...
Forcing though, the single.
Yeah, so when they touch up the rocks, what does that mean, Sherry?
You take some sandpaper and go choo choo.
Yeah, they just spin the rocks on a piece of sandpaper, roughen up the running edge a bit, which adds a bit more friction on the running edge, so they curl more. They also get a bit more drag.
Been quite a few games now have been played on these rocks since that time, so
Yeah,
I'm sure
so
there's changing already.
Yeah.
But
Friday was a learning curve.
Friday was a lot of fun. Yeah. Suddenly a lot of curl.
And they need to do that time to time. If you can imagine these rocks running up and down the sheets thousands of times, they tend to lose the finish.
Exactly.
They get flat and run straighter,
but really
run
great,
faster.
Great comments from the teams on the quality of the ice, how it's running. You know, it's running really nice. The pebbles standing up and withstanding all this play. Lots of fast rocks coming down. We've had lots of exciting action. So here we are. Team Yanagisawa taking a single point in the first end. Giving the hammer to Dunstone, which I'm sure he's happy about. Very good. So Yanagisawa on the scoreboard. Here come first of the stones here in the second end of play at the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic. My name is Sherry, and this is Kevin, and we are here today and happy to share some information about our sponsors. Visit Penticton is a great way to go, place to go and get information about Penticton and area. We have plenty of wineries and orchards and lakes. It's a beautiful place to visit.
So the Yanagisawa teams put the first one in the top 12 foot in the rings, and Matt's asking for the corner. corner guard. Yanagisawa again asking for one on center as a guard. Matt electing to use his corner guard now and go around.
Matt came and gave a clinic to some of the members of the Penticton Curling Club. Talked about the corner guard a little bit with them. I think the gist of it was, if you're going to use a corner guard, get something in behind it.
If you're going to put a corner guard up, use it.
That's right.
Yeah, don't get sucked into the middle game.
And there he does. That was great. It really just barely snuck past that corner guard. So really nice rock placement there.
Yeah. Another thing Matt said is they work quite religiously on their deliveries to get them all the same.
Right.
That's something that they work on a lot.
I've heard that from other teams too, like Team Gushu is.
Gushu, I think he started that.
I agree.
Movement.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. But these guys are constantly improving the game and learning from each other how to be better, picking up each other's habits.
Yes, aren't they though? Everybody's learning. Equipment changes. So this goes a little deep, ends up behind T-line and still a little bit exposed.
Matt's got his counter in there behind cover, so he's concerned with the guards in the middle, or the rocks in the middle and access to the house. So he's gonna run these blues. Going for straight peel and probably hoping to catch the one in the back going by. And he's done just that. Quite getting the blue one out of the ring, but pushing it far enough that it's now third shot. So Yanagisawa seeing the risk. He's
Going to peel that guard, hey?
I think he is.
I think so too.
With the broom up top there, I'm sure that's what he's wanting to do. If it was on the T line, I'd say it was a draw. That was a pretty nice shot, but bit of a tough result. He's managed to just not quite get the roll he wanted on that red one. It didn't roll out, it rolled in behind the red guard. It's a bit unfortunate. It was a good shot. Good attempt.
So I have a little update for those of you who are keeping an ear out for what's happening over on sheet F, Schneider versus Hosley. Hosley just missed a bit of a takeout on the on his last rock and Caitlin Schneider stole a big 3 points stolen in the first end of play for Team Schneider versus Team Hosli from Switzerland. Back to the action on sheet A, Dunstone versus Yanagisawa.
And he's just trying to hit that back blue one and lay 2 in the rings. This is the one on the buttons behind cover. There's no double there, so Yanagisawa just reciprocating with a hit on the red to lay second and third shot.
Gets the back. He's behind T. Matt doesn't mind a hit with board weight. I can hear him through the glass a little bit from my vantage point, and just wanted to mention to our viewers on the live stream that we but we don't have the skips and thirds mic'd like we were hoping to. I'm not sure what the issue was. It just is evident that there is no sound coming from the mics on the ice. I don't think it's a technical issue. I don't see the guys wearing them.
Things are moving quite quickly in these tiebreakers with 6 teams playing off, and they might not have been able to get them mic'd up. Just a bit of a hit clinic going on here right now. They're just trading hits back and forth on red rock, and with each hit they're getting a little higher rock placement, so at some point there is and maybe an opportunity for a double. I think Matt recognizes that now, and he's decided to go in on top of his red rock versus continuing the hit program.
Yes, I see that too. Make it tough, and he does have hammer this end, so was playing the hitting game for a bit and has just abandoned that thought to come in now.
This rock looks pretty good from here.
Going to sit right on top. Perfect weight. Excellent shot by BJ Neufeld. These guys are just so good, hey? Always get the right weight.
So Yanagisawa now looking at using his own rock to roll in. Try and get shot rock in there. If he rolls flat enough and up, he might even push both reds out. He's looking at that now. Cleaning up the house where he wants those rocks to leave. So this rock will be sailing. I think they want to pretty much hit it right where the broom is.
What a shot.
It's a pretty good shot. A lot of weight on that, giving the strike bands a little bit of exercise.
Dunstone still sitting shot though. From our vantage point, it's a little difficult to tell.
I think you're right, Sherry.
Yeah, Dunstone still shot from the view that we can see.
Matt thinking about his next shot. He wants to go right in on top of his red one again, and he's eyeing up his next shot, thinking he has a double on the blues for 3 if he gets that opportunity. Rock looks really close.
It sure does. There it is. Little tap. Sitting 1. Team Dunstone after the first of his skip stones.
Yanagisawa just assessing the situation there and trying to decide what he wants to leave. Looks like they're leaning towards a hit on the top red one right now.
Do you think they can get them both?
I think it's going to be tough. The angles are
a little difficult, steep.
They're in Matt's favor right now, but I think they're a little worried about giving up 3 here, so they're probably just going to see if they can get them both moving. If they can peel that across the top of that red one, they might get them both out of there.
Yanagisawa heading down for his last stone this end, and he is up 1. Their team is forced in the first end to take the single point. Dunstone with hammer.
This is a control weight shot. They're on the brooms pretty hard trying to get around that front guard.
does not. Just takes the guard on the way by and opens up the opportunity for Dunstone here to try and get 3 and take the lead this second end of play. As I mentioned in the beginning, this is 6 end games.
Yeah, I think they're just having a look there. It might be a tough 3 the way that red rock's in front of it. But they're just having a look if they hit that top one, if they'd be shot. Like if they just bump it back on the one on the button, if they'd be shot over the blue. Trying to decide what the best way to attack this is.
Okay, Dunstone's made up his mind. Yeah. Folks at home, we are interested to hear what you think that's going to be like. Send us a message in the chat. Dunstone game being brought to you today here from Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic and sponsors such as Brentview Developments here in Penticton.
So it looks like Dunstone's just going to straight peel us out for his 2.
Yes, he is. Look at that weight.
And he's made a good shot there for his 2. So he's converted here in the second end and leads 2-1 over Yanagisawa, heading into the third.
Heading into the third end of play here at the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic. This is a tiebreaker game, 6 ends between Dunstone and Yanagisawa.
Yeah, so this event is in its 7th year.
This 7th year already, yeah, it sure is. Yeah, we've had, and it's, back up to 30 teams. We did it did go as we went through COVID area time, and we couldn't have as many teams, obviously, at that time.
Yeah, so 30 teams, 5 pools, and all these players playing for a piece of a $100,000 purse.
That's right, Kevin. Yeah, the first place is going to come out, the winner of this event comes out with a check for $20,000, and the second place is $15,000. Third and fourth each get $9,000, and fifth to eighth is $5,000, when ninth to 12th is $3,000. So these players are playing off to be part of the 12, to be in the cash prizes. So 9 to 12 at $3,000 is still a pretty good cash prize. But these guys are in it to get their CRTCS points as well. So this does contribute to their rankings.
And they also have a pay-per-win program sponsored by Royal LePage.
That's right. They went through all of the round-robin games. So the final one did get paid out this morning.
Nice little bonus. They give an envelope with $200 cash that they can come up into the lounge and celebrate with.
I'm not sure how much of that would make it home. There's, we had some great silent auction items for the table last night, and so I saw a few player names on some of those items, like cases of wine and such. There was 50-50 tickets. There's
I saw some
beverages.
teams buying some of them.
And the casino is right next door to us here in the South Okanagan Event Center, part of the entire complex that we that we have our curling club on in the city of Penticton in the North Gateway of the city. Nice freeze there.
So Yanagisawa taking a little more aggressive approach to this end and drawing around the center guard. As opposed to throwing up corners. So we'll probably see a few rocks piling up in the forefoot here as each trade attempts to try and freeze in there. So like we mentioned, this event is in its 7th year, and every year it's grown in prize money and attendance, I think, bringing in world-class curlers from all over Canada, all over the world.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, really an international event. Loads of players from British Columbia. I think about almost half of the field out here of the entire group of 30 teams who were here. About 13 of them were from BC.
There's some teams that have been here in the past that weren't able to attend this year.
With the Europeans being on, that did conflict with the European Championships. So that ended just a few days ago with Team Mallet out of Scotland winning the European Championships for the men's. And guess who won for the ladies? Team Tiernzoni, of course. 5-time world champion. Multiple-time European champion. This team just cannot be stopped. They're remarkable. So congratulations to Team Mallet and Team Tiernzoni for winning the European Championships recently.
The rock's starting to pile up around that forefoot. Imagine that. At some point that guard might become trouble, but not yet.
Well, one of the things about the Dunstone team, they're just so powerful. Making 3 rocks go is not out of the question here.
No, looks like it's...
They don't mind even losing that red that's in the 8-foot.
Yeah.
Do you need to scoot in a little? Are you okay? Good evening.
There's some of that weight Sherry was talking about. They're trying to move some rocks there. There's one. It's like Yanagisawa's shot rocks still. First and second shot. There's a lot of red rocks in the front of the house that can be promoted.
There sure is for Team Dunstone.
Super important to control that front part of the house around the forefoot. Especially if you have the hammer.
That's right. Satoshi Kazumi coming out for A hit, roll towards center. Let's see if he gets the roll, and it didn't quite curl in quite enough, so it does sit exposed. Matt's taking a look at which one to hit, because he wants one of those gone. So Team Hostley on sheet F was facing a mitt full of red Schneider rocks in the second end and was able to draw for a single point. Score is 3-1, Schneider over Hostley. Back on our sheet, it looks like Matt is seeing if there's any way to try and get both of those, or try and hit and roll in to the button.
So Matt motioning for the hit and roll off the blue into the button. We're hitting the rock where he has the broom.
So we'll see a bit of speed here from BJ Neufeld. There we go. Well, that's his normal, even control.
Yeah, these sweepers are phenomenal. What they can do with these rocks.
They have so much more control of these rocks when they get that control weight.
Yeah.
They're able to really manipulate the path of the rock.
Looks like Yanagisawa is attempting a similar shot.
Throwing the out turn. Lots of the rocks have just been hitting nose here. Let's see if someone gets the roll, and he does.
That's a nice shot.
Great shot.
He's got some really good angles there now on that 4-foot.
Yanagisawa sitting 2, maybe even 3.
No, I think it's 2. But the way they're lined up there, it's in his favor. I don't think that's gonna make Matt shy away from a hit here, though. Looking to get rid of at least a couple. So they're brooming for PO8. Try to drive that top blue one into the mix and catch the one on the 4-foot. Any luck, they might even get the other one. And and they did.
There you go. Wow, right man for the job there. BJ Neufeld in for a massive hit.
Yeah, he's definitely the cleanup crew. So it went from Yanagisawa line a couple to Dunstone line 1.
I've been corrected, and they want me to make sure that it's Yanagisawa. A couple of times I've had that comment. You're saying the way that Kathy told us to, and Yanagi.
Yeah, it would be nice to have the skips and thirds mic'd up so we can hear the conversation that Matt and BJ are having right now.
I think they're really probably just talking about whether they want to steal or hit that blue one.
Just when I'm sure they've made up their mind about something, they kind of come and do something else. And the ice there could be good for either the takeout or the draw. And I know that he was looking at both. So we'll have to see what his speed looks like as he's coming out of the house here.
Yeah, I mean, you could hit. Yeah, so BJ's motioning for what they want here right now. So it looks like they're trying to hit that blue one and roll towards center. Sure, this will be some kind of a control weight where the sweepers are involved.
Only smoke, you can't roll his head before. Only smoke, you can't roll to his head before. He makes his smoke a little longer.
Thinking one or two shots ahead. Communicating that with BJ from the hack. So it doesn't look like they've changed their minds, just another layer of planning that's happening for this shot. Kind of thinking about where to leave his shooter. Team Dunstone out of the Fort Rouge Curling Club in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Sponsored by Coyote, Makwa 7, Royal LePage, Brogan Fire and Safety, Hardline. Let's see what they got here. Looks really good for the hit and good for the roll. Is it going to come out the other side?
Yeah, looks like it's rolling just a bit big.
Quite get enough of that. So whether sweepers weren't quite on it early enough.
So we've had a few corrections on the Japan team name over the course of the week. And
it's Yanagi.
We're going to get it right one of these times.
Yanagisawa. We're going to work on it. Yanagisawa.
Yanagisawa. Which is actually easier than what we heard the last time. Yanagisawa. So thank you for that correction from the viewers.
We are keeping an eye on the chat. We do appreciate your comments. It helps us streamline. The feedback is great and helps us improve. We are really proud that we've been featuring streaming action for at least 5 years now, and I feel like we're one of those events that kind of a little homegrown event in a club series that started streaming, and now everybody's doing it. We're really happy to be working with Andrew Jacobite and his crew at Groovy Productions.
Yeah,
as
and
well.
a lot of this event is largely run by league volunteers here too. So that's right from the commentating to the camera, to the scorekeeping, looking after the ice.
No, none of us are getting paid. What?
You might think we're pros, but we're not.
And back to the action here. No Blue Rocks left in play. Yanagisawa. Last stone. Nope, he still has one more stone. Lots of curl there. Sweeper's going to have to work really hard to get it by.
Looks like it's going to rub off the red one, unfortunately.
Such great weight. Weight was perfect there.
And the call was good. They were trying to get their two, trying to draw around the bundle there and get one in there.
Unfortunately leaves this exposed for Dunstone to hit. And be sitting in the top 8.
Yeah, with a lot of rocks covering the forefoot.
Sure, want to be mindful of the possibility of the jam on the back red right underneath
I think he's
BJ's feet.
pretty sure he thinks nose is good because there's no hit on any of those rocks that's going to get the opposing team shot. So they're going to be forced to a draw, tough draw, if this shot is made.
Final stone for Team Dunstone here in the third end of play. 6th end game.
Sounds like it's close.
Just great. Nice weight.
Just rolled a hair wide, so
Still not an easy path to the button.
it's not easy. There is a port there though, and I think they're looking at drawing in. Straight draw through that port to the button. And they could probably afford a wick either way and still get their shots, so. But I'm sure they're going to try not to touch anything.
Dunstone sitting 4.
This is a key shot in this end for the skip from Japan. They're working it hard early.
Well, it did curl so much for them right there in that spot. He's just going for the draw, and weight's looking good.
Really close.
Weight's looking really good.
Yeah.
And great, makes it past that and takes the single point.
He navigated the port, made the
Game
draw.
is tied at 2 after 3 ends of play here at the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic live from the Penticton Curling Club. Thank you for joining our broadcast, our live stream of this, and thanks for being here with us. This is a lot of fun for us here in the club. It seems like more and more people are showing up. It's getting warm in here, and there's people that are out enjoying these games. It's really great shots that have been made at this game so far, and we still look forward to this tiebreaker. A little update for you on sheet F with the other tiebreaker game against Schneider and Housley. Schneider was able to steal a point take a point in the third end because he had the hammer. So he took a single there. His score is now 4-1 for Schneider. And again, without any mics on the thirds or the skips, we're going to do our best to try and give you an indication of what they might be thinking and how they're planning out their ends. Once again, Coach Bob Ursel in the hack throwing lead stones for this team, and then you'll see him come down and call the game for the rest. So the other lineup stays the same. Satoshi Kazumi in second, throwing second rocks. Tsuyoshi Yamaguchi throwing third rocks. And Riku Yanagisawa throwing the skip rocks.
I think it's Riku, isn't it?
I have R-I-K-I.
Yeah, I know that's what's written there. I looked them up on Wikipedia though, and it said Riku, so I'm a bit confused on that first name, I guess.
Well, I went down and I said hello to the guys, and I just didn't really catch their names. I just said hello. Hi, I'm Sherry.
It's either Riki or Riku. Maybe one of the viewers can help us out. So lead rocks just being delivered now, and
That's right. Here at the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic, brought to you by our great sponsors such as New Country 100.7, our local radio station, Penticton Herald, our local newspaper, and Castanet.net, our digital Penticton What's Going On. Check out Castanet.net for all the latest in towns from all the way from Osoyoos to Kelowna, Kamloops area.
we had a couple of Japan rocks on center, and Matt's going in behind his corner guard. This rock looks pretty good.
If you're going to put up a corner guard, use your corner guard. Put one in there. I love it.
And by the same token, if you got two centers, you might as well go around them.
That's the place to be. I'd like to take a shout out to Kathy Jones, who works tirelessly at this event to make it happen. And you know, by all appearances, it's happening seamlessly. She's just doing a fabulous job, keeping us all organized.
What? Who has the hammer?
Dunstone does.
Dunstone does.
Yeah.
And what's the score?
2. It's tied at 2.
He has
Yeah.
that.
Dunstone has hammer.
Sixth then?
No, this is the fourth end.
I thought we were doing. I was getting
It's in here. We had a correction on the chat. It's Yanagisawa. Yanagisawa.
So how I wrote it, Yanagisawa. Yeah. Yanagisawa. I wrote it. Okay. You're correct.
You were in the chat.
Nice.
So Matt getting rid of center guards. Opening up the 4-foot area. Yanagisawa now getting rid of the corner guard.
I've been really impressed with this team. They've been working so hard this week, and the throws, the massive speed that they can get has been really exciting to watch these guys so far this weekend.
I just find it really impressive how these young teams coming up pick up the game so quickly and give these veterans, a good game.
I'm sure these guys have been practicing for years to get to the point that they're at and to want to start getting their CTRS points. And they are currently ranked number 22. Dunstone ranked number 9.
That's a world ranking?
World ranking.
So at this point with Rock in the rings, Dunstone quite happy just to trade hits and lay two and hopefully avoid the double till last Rocks convert.
Hitting those is okay here, keeping as much separation as you can between those two red rocks, so there isn't an opportunity for a double. Bob's looking at it though to hit and roll in on top of red shot stone on the to roll into the 8 foot.
You get a slight roll there, piece of the house, so Matt'll have to decide whether he wants to hit back. If he can get shot hitting back, that's probably exactly what he's going to do.
So we started this event with 30 teams, and each team got paired into 5 pools. And so each pool had 6 players. They did a round robin game of 5 games. So they play everyone in their pool. And the winner of each pool automatically goes through. And so some of the names that could be in that first pool are Schuster, Pierce, Bocher, Slechinsky. And they're joined by Carruthers, Sturmey, McEwen, Howard, and Cooey, as well as our local team. Cameron DeJong has made it through to the top 12. So congratulations to everyone that has already made it. And these final two teams will be determined, the missing two teams will be determined by the outcome of these two games that are happening right now. So we've got Schneider versus Hosley. Schneider up 4-1. And the Dunstone Yanagisawa game is a feature game here on sheet A.
So
Open hit.
So Dunstone hit that top blue rock and nosed it, so didn't get a piece of the ring. So it's left the opportunity for the Japan team here to hit the red in the house. They got a pretty good roll out of that.
Nicely done, well hidden.
Hard to tell here, but it looks pretty buried. So buried, but behind the tee line. So Matt's eyeing up the freeze to get shot rock in here.
Dunstone's first skip stone, this fourth end of play. Tight game, tied at 2 here. Matt attempting the freeze. It's got a long ways to move.
Looks like it's sliding a bit here.
Maybe just a little heavy.
Going right by.
Not enough to even get a little kiss. Sticks around in the back 12. Yanagisawa.
Matt not happy with that shot.
Matt has hammer. If there's any way to try and get a couple, but that red rock certainly not ideal placement. Matty a little upset with that shot.
Yeah, these things happen in this game. Just have to shake it off and
That's right.
do the math and move on to the next end.
Yeah, you bet. You know, with Dunstone scoring in the second, can definitely have the opportunity again to score in the fourth, and that's what these guys like in terms of the strategy, to be able to score on those all-important even ends. And even more important, when you only are playing 6 ends, you don't have a ton of room to recover from a lot of points taken in a single end. So they do like this, keeping the game tight.
So Yanagisawa splitting the house, putting 2 shots in there and putting the force on. They'll try and get these as even as possible so that there's no double temptation there. Looks like they've done a good job at that. They're pretty
Really
flat,
nice.
pretty flat roll. So Matt's heading down there for his draw to get his 1 with the final rock. Sweepers are on it early. But it looks pretty good from where I'm sitting.
Draw looks there. And Dunstone takes the single point in this fourth end of play. Once again, a little over halfway through. It's not an 8-end game; it's a 6-end game. So we are, 2/3 of the way through a tiebreaker game between Dunstone and Yanagisawa. My name is Sherry. I'm with Kevin today, and some of our sponsors of this event are Coolbet, Visit Penticton, and the 4 Points by Sheraton. Those are some of our sponsors. And much of our fundraising that we do, or the benefit that we get from having this really great event, is having tickets sold and people live here in the building. If you're unable to make it, but you would still like to get involved with the 50-50, for instance, you can do that by visiting Curl BC, and there's a monthly 50-50 draw. So you can buy tickets to the 50-50 draw, and it asks you to select a club to contribute your donation, or your 50% portion to, and you can select the Penticton Curling Club, and that does help us raise special $50 for our club, which helps to make this a really even great event. So visit curlbc.ca to buy your monthly 50-50 tickets. Prizes have been up over $30,000. Hey Kev, have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Tickets to the raffle box?
Yeah, it's not small money.
Nope, pretty good. So half goes to the club, and half goes to the winner. I'm sure there's some CRBC admin fees in there.
Might be.
But just enough to keep it going. Honestly, to have somebody taking care of the administration, it's a really important job. So I'm not sure how exactly the breakdown goes, but they call it a 50-50, so that's what we're going to go with. Barbarossa coming in, top 4 here in the 5th end of 6. Dunstone having put up the center guard right on center line. Again, playing the no-tick rule here. Team Hosley took a single point in the 4th end. Schneider up 4-2.
So in terms of this game, Yanagisawa taking a bit of an aggressive approach to the end and drawing one into the button. Dunstone putting one on top of that. Should probably give a quick shout out to the sponsors for the teams. So for the Dunstone team, their sponsors are Coyote, Makwa 7, Royal LePage, Brogan Fire and Safety, Hardline Curling, Huron Window Corporation, Cutter and Buck, Law Office of Jasmine Gassi Harnden. And for the Yanagisawa team, they have Haigason, Smile Hotel, and Daito Kentaku. So thanks to the sponsors for the teams.
We met with the teams at the Mixer on Wednesday night, the night before the play actually got started here on Thursday, and had the players all fill out a quick little questionnaire, what might be some interesting facts. And Yanagisawa has, they say, one of our players is only 17 years old. One player is an Olympian. One player plays the harmonica. one player once ate 2 triple quarter pounders. Well, that's some interesting stuff going on there with the team from Japan. We're really happy to have them. They are from Nagano, Japan, and it's just such a great vibe when we've got international players at this event. As you mentioned, Kevin, lots of our European player teams that are usually here, like Mallet and Dedeen, playing in that European Championships, so we're unable to be here this year.
Yeah, all these teams have a great sense of humor. They've all filled these sheets out. On the Dunstone side, the comment is we all like to golf. Matt thinks he's really good, but is very average at best.
And both teams, same thing. We love curling. They both, what's their favorite thing about being here, and both of these teams really passionate about the game. In fact, there isn't anybody who's playing that doesn't. It's been such a great event so far, and you can really see the passion for the sport with having these athletes so close.
We're getting rocks piling up in the center.
I think we could be looking at a big end here, Kevin.
I don't know. We've seen this before, and it just takes one big shot and they're all gone. But you just never know. It's all about rock positioning at this point. Who gets the advantage and who gets the best angles as to what's possible.
So I know a little bit about what's happening here next as I watch some of the ice crew as Matt and BJ are having a conversation. I'm sorry, that was Ryan. As they talk about what's going on, I can let you know that next to us on sheet B will be Sturmey versus McEwen. The current time is 3:10 PST. We don't have an exact start time, but with the ice makers preparing the ice and we're in the 5th end of play, give these guys a 20-minute break. I think we're probably looking at a 4 p.m. start time. So Sturmey versus McEwen on sheet B, Howard versus Curry on sheet C, and then Pierce will be on sheet C and play one of these winners. De Jong will be on sheet D and play the other of these winners, but I don't know which one it is. So looking pretty messy in front there.
No big weight being thrown at this pile yet. They're just still positioning rocks.
Almost akin to what Matt Dunstone did here in the last end of the last game to win. He had a setup where there was about 5 red rocks, or a combination of red and blue rocks, and got it all opened up and was able to draw for the single to win that game to get here in the second tiebreaker game. So he literally just got off the ice.
Yeah, I think the difference here is Yanagisawa has the hammer, and he's sitting shot rock right now. So he's probably a little reluctant to throw too much weight here. Looks like they are, though. They're gonna put a maybe control bumper type weight and move these rocks around a bit. See if you can get some better angles. Reconsidering. They've gone back to the hit. Narrowed the ice up a bit, so I think they're throwing a little more weight.
Definitely going to be moving things around with this weight. We'll see what happens. Gets rid of a red. Still sitting one blue rock just at the top of the button. Dunstone trying to figure out if he can open things up there.
Yeah, from where I'm looking, there's 2 ways to get in there now at that red. And they're probably just thinking about how to take that away. Looking at the tap freeze or just a straight freeze. Kind of worried about the line there. He sees a red, blue, red promotion.
Well, there's a number of different ways to come at that, it looks like to me.
Yeah, they're just weighing out all the options here right now. Haven't decided on the shot yet, I don't think.
Once again, we'd like to say thank you to everyone who is joining us. We've hit over 1,100 viewers on this stream. My name is Sherry Bercarlo Diaz. I'm joined today by Kevin Freeborn. We are live at the Penticton Curling Club here, Sunday afternoon tiebreaker game. 6 ends. Dunstone up a single point, 3-2 over Yanagisawa, and we are in live game action.
So after a long discussion, they've decided to, looks like they're going to run that red in. Or peel it, one or the other.
Looks like it's going to go straight back. Peel. So many rocks in play there. Well, that red rock wasn't doing them any favors, so good idea to get rid of it.
These house setups looking pretty positive right now for Yanagisawa. But again, with the Dunstone hitting ability, a few of those rocks go away pretty easy on the next shot. They're looking at the tap, red on blue on red there, and moving that rock to the back of the house or out. Looks like they're beckoning for just back 8 weight.
T-line even. Yamaguchi coming out for his throw. Throwing blue stones. Change things up.
Yeah, this end's interesting. A lot of different angles there now. Not too sure. Looks like they're going to throw some weight at this one. See if they can get some rocks moving. And just like that, the end's changed.
It sure has. Wow. Yanagisawa with a hammer here. In this 5th end of 6 ends.
So still laying shot, still an opportunity here for them to convert. I think they probably going to try and hit the red on red and roll outside. Get some separation. We can get this straight back. I think they'll make this shot good.
Really great shot. Like, still with Dunstone sitting 2, or sorry, 1. He's looking how he can get in, sitting 2. Would like the potential to get rid of 1. It looks like, or even both of those blue rocks. So eliminating the opportunity for Yanagisawa to take any points. Of course, with blue having hammer.
Put it in a pretty tricky spot for him.
Matt Dunstone in the first of skip stones here in the 5th end of play. Going for the double here. 1 and 2, leg pro. Nicely done. Crowd appreciates that.
That's how quick these ends change. One time there were 6 rocks in the house and a lot of blues counting.
Are we potentially looking at a blank here?
I'm sure that's what they're thinking.
Team Schneider up 4 points on Sheet F versus Hosley after taking 2 points in the 5th end. And here we go, an exciting, is it a double? Yes, it is. All the rocks are gone.
And the slate is clean.
Where does Matt put this?
Right in the house.
But where? How about right
In
over
a
there?
spot he thinks
Yeah,
gonna
like where's-
challenge the other skip the most.
Where is a tricky spot? Right on the button, not quite tricky enough, hey?
If this was league play, I'd say anywhere in the 12-foot.
Yeah, well, even at that, I mean, there isn't a place that you're really going to be able to hide. I suppose
From these guys.
maybe you want to leave it ahead of above the tee line so that it makes the split difficult. You know? Make that blank difficult for team. Here we go. Tucking it way over to the corner. Weight looks really good. T-line weight going just behind. These guys are going to give it a little sweep. It's not quite going to go out, so Yanagisawa looking to blank the end here by rolling out. Yanagisawa coming out for last stone of the fifth end of play with the hammer. Wanting to roll out, blank the end, keep the hammer coming home. Does a great job. Score is 3-2 for Matt Dunstone here in the second of two tiebreaker games here at the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic. We've got a few more people here. Maybe got a ticket for the afternoon game and evening games that we have coming on at 3:30, 4 o'clock. Maybe we'll get started in that next round, and around 7 p.m. for the second game this evening.
So Yanagisawa blanking that fifth end will carry the hammer into the sixth. Keep it.
We've had such a great event here this weekend so far. I know this is Sunday afternoon. We have the afternoon 4 games in play this afternoon. And so we're looking forward to having those on sheets B, C, D, and E. The ice technicians are hard at work getting that ice ready to go for those next set of games. The winners of these games will get a little bit of a break. Maybe get some Tim Hortons. We're happy to have Tim Hortons on board as one of our premier sponsors as well. And these athletes really enjoy coming to this event. One of the reasons is they're well fed while they're here and they're well taken care of. So Tim Hortons is certainly a part of that puzzle, and that among like Booster Juice also helps keeps our guys fed, and Copper Mug Pub does a lot of the catering for them. So these guys are well fed, well organized team down there in the kitchens and the players lounge. So we see a center line guard put up by Dunstone, followed up by a corner line guard put up by Yanagisawa. Handshakes on sheet F. Team Schneider moving forward into the playdowns. Congratulations to Team Schneider.
So again, these tiebreakers are only 6 ends. Just one end left to play here for Dunstone and Yanagisawa. And Yanagisawa has the hammer.
Looking to draw in behind its corner guard, Bob Ursel.
We got a little bit of a fortunate rub there, and that blue rock careens into the house.
Took enough weight off of it to land top tee line.
So Matt was over there looking at the hit, and then he was over there looking at the draw, and he's moved back to the hit.
Yeah, it's fun when we do get them mic'd and we can hear what's going on. And sometimes it's dangerous to hear what's going on out there.
Yeah, I think the
Colorful language every so often.
Matt's got two things in his head right now. Probably he doesn't want to let them get two, so he wants to hold them to one, or get a steal.
Matt set up the steal with the two center line guards that he's got in there, so that's a start to that steal anyways. Thank you.
So they've hit that and just rolled out. So opportunity for Yanagisawa to throw another rock under cover of his corner guard. Looks like they're taking just a hair less ice. Sure they get around that high red guard this time. Got to curl a bit. It's by the top one. Now they're trying to push it over to get it buried. Matt says, let's follow that right in there.
Yeah, it's
Freeze on it.
just enough behind T line that he's going to want to take advantage of the opportunity to freeze. Just had an update on the times that we do expect to be doing the next draw. So the very next one will be at 4:15, and that will be on sheets B, C, D, and E.
That was a great shot just made there.
Didn't quite get the freeze. There's a bit of space in between them, but the weight was really lovely. And then the second draw is at 7:30 p.m. tonight. So just a little bit later than we expected with the 7 p.m. start. It's going to be at 7:30.
Yeah, so maybe just around a foot or more of separation there. Yanagisawa just coming up to it and bumping it back.
It is a tricky little spot here. It seems to hold really straight on the center line for quite a while, and then it really breaks.
Definitely weight sensitive. But they've made
Sweepers doing a great job here.
made a few shots through that port now, so they've got it figured out.
Ooh, and they sit too.
Matt looking for the freeze again. Good attempt, but from where I'm looking, it looks like Blue Rock is still shot. So Yanagisawa's attention is now drawn to the center with this next shot, and they're calling the team down to discuss this.
Again, it's so quiet when we don't have this is when we are trained to be nice and quiet so we can hear the skips talk, but they aren't talking, so instead of, having it be dead air, I'd like to take a shout out to Cy and Babs, who do such an amazing job here with us, helping coordinate, and Babs with the TV channel changers so that we can all in the lounge stay informed of what's going on. So we only let one person have the remote controls here and control the 6 TVs so that we can see just the right end. So that's really cool. So a big thank you to Cy Gladish and Babs Gladish for their huge support of this event year after year. Been around since the beginning of this event 7 years ago. Looks like we have a decision.
Yeah, Yanagisawa's asking for a draw into the top, or into the 8 foot around those red center guards.
Indicating they don't seem worried about that Blue Rock combination for Team Dunstone to try and make his red rocks come into play.
Well, they're trying to generate their 2 points, so
yeah, with that being already hidden, they do have hammer.
This one looks like it might just be behind the
Deep.
button, so that could pose a bit of a threat, because I'm pretty sure Matt will just draw down on top of that.
Yeah, Matt's thinking top 4.
The momentum just swinging back and forth in this
Isn't it?
final end as they try and both accomplish what they're trying to do. Yanagisawa needs 2 for the win. Matt needs a steal or to hold them to 1.
Just wondering, Kevin, what happens here if there ends up with a tie? Does it go to the last stone draw?
Well,
Like the accumulated points on that?
I know in the round robin they played an extra end, so
I don't think that's the
I'm
case
not
here.
sure what they're going to do here.
So I have asked one of my friends here to go and find out the answer to that question. One moment, I'll be right back.
Draw.
It looks like it is
Draw to-
extra end if there's a tie. And this is coming from Cy Gladish. So he's aware of the rules of this event. I guess I could have looked in the rules.
I don't know if it was in there. I didn't see it, but regardless, that's how they've been playing this whole week, so if that's the case, we're soon to find out what's going to happen.
That's right. Here we go, Kev. So, red Dunstone rock sitting right on the button. That last rock thrown by B.G. Neufeld.
Yep. That's why we also pushed it to 4:15 times. Sometimes this hand
Lots of rocks in play here. The sixth and final end of this tiebreaker game against Dunstone and Yanagisawa. Really excited to have this team here, coached by Bob Ursel. These guys have done a phenomenal job here this weekend, and we want everyone to advance, but only one team can move forward, and this is the game that's going to determine who does it.
This rock's looking pretty good. That was a
Pushes the red Dunstone rock back.
nicely handled rock by the sweepers. They got it in there.
Now, Matt's two centerline guards aren't really doing him any favors right at the moment. Double run back. I might expect from Matt Dunstone. It looks like they're going to opt for the draw. Maybe tap back that blue that just is sitting top button.
Yeah, again, Matt doesn't have the hammer here, so he's looking at ways to either steal or limit this end to one point for the Yanagisawa team. So I expect he's going to draw right on top of that blue rock. Make this make the 4 foot.
So Yanagisawa forcing the blank in the fifth end, allowing them to take this hammer into the sixth. So first of skip stones here.
This is just a hair light rubbing off the guard near the house.
Yeah, but for Matt Dunstone, that's still a bit of a setup shot, and I think that was all he was trying to do with that throw. I thought it'd be in the house or closer to a freeze. So it's a little lighter. From this vantage point, we can't really tell who is shot. It looks to me like out of either of them that it's blue Yanagisawa sitting on the button, but our vantage point isn't great. The crowd thinks blue. So
When you're
this-
not sure, ask the crowd.
Yes, exactly.
We're all perfect curlers up here. What's the call?
It's a little bit of curling. What's your guess going on up here?
Yes.
Oh, this looks really
Really
good.
nice.
Really good.
Really great shot. That is definitely blue. Nicely done. You know, there's the action going on here in the curling club, and for those of you at home, you might want to take a look at CoolBet and take a look and see if there's any curling betting action there for you. And that can also be a fundraiser for the Penticton Curling Club. Joining CoolBet.
So Matt's watched this Japan team make that shot a couple times.
Yanagisawa is sitting on the button.
So teams just strategizing what's their best option here to limit. So I don't think they can get at that blue one anymore safely. I'm not sure what they're doing here. It might be a run back on their red.
I think that was the only thing that was left. Certainly, they looked at a few different options, but they've got those two red centerline guards. They've got this red rock just above the house on the right-hand side of the center line that Matt just put there, which didn't quite come deep enough, and giving Yanagisawa the opportunity to come in and get that shot stone.
I could do a Russ Howard imitation on how risky this might be, but there's a lot of risk in this shot.
Sure is. Last stone for Matt Dunstone here.
It
in
looks
the
like he's
sixth.
throwing a guard, actually.
Ooh.
So he's not hitting. He's throwing a guard up on the
Blocking that.
on the side that he just saw the Japan team draw in a few times.
So Yanagisawa is sitting one
For sure,
to
one.
tie the game.
And they're looking at promoting the other rock.
Second shot stone is the Dunstone stone at the back button.
So he's made this shot a few times here now, and looking at it hard again, whether he can navigate that port and raise that blue one in for second shot and take this game now.
Or we're playing one more end. If they aren't able to generate the 2
Yeah,
points and just take the single,
I think either way he doesn't have a choice, and there's not much risk with it, so they've done it twice.
Yanagisawa sitting on the button, sitting the single point right now, needs 2 to win, 1 to tie. So are we shaking hands or going through one more end to determine the winner of this game?
Coming back for another look at this, they're not
Might look different from the hack.
It's a pretty important shot for Yanagisawa. He needs to, he doesn't need to, but he would like to promote that top blue rock for second shot and take this game now. Even if he doesn't, looks like they're going into an extra end. Looks like they've moved to the other side here and might be using a red rock to promote.
So Riku Yanagisawa can end this game right here.
If he makes his shot.
And we're looking at a run back of a red into the blue. Is that what I'm seeing, Kevin?
He's playing weight on it,
That's
which
quite a bit of weight.
is
It's
never
a little scary.
always a little scary when you're playing weight.
That was the risk that you take
a
with
little
that much
risky,
weight.
that shot, but it turned out into an extra end.
Yanagisawa with a single point to tie this game up. We're going in an extra end, friends. And Kevin, what did you think of that? I was a little surprised by the weight.
The weight definitely added some risk to that shot. I thought they'd try it with lighter weight and less risk.
Sweepers can manipulate that rock a little bit more with the lighter weight. So the guys are going to push the rocks back to the away end of the rink and then play back to the home end, which is great for them, and it makes sense for the viewers who are live. One thing that we don't have is a camera working above sheet A at the home end, so we are all guessing, and that's why we're having so much fun down here at the Penticton Curling Club today. So many people showing up for the late afternoon couple of games that we have going on. Nice day in Penticton. I have no idea. What did it do outside today?
They really need windows in here. I could not tell you. I've been here since 7:30 this morning. Haven't looked outside. It was dark when I got here, though.
It was. Yeah, that's early. I got here a little bit about 8 o'clock, and it wasn't snowing at that time, but I heard that it snowed after that.
So Matt successful in holding Yanagisawa to 1 there. So Matt will have a hammer coming home in this final end.
Well, that's huge for Matt Dunstone, having the hammer, giving that end up to Yanagisawa to get that single point. Just lots going on in that end, lots of rocks in play. These guys are keeping it really exciting for us here. Traditional start to this end. It's coming in maybe a little bit deep. I know these guys won't want it in.
I think this goes in the rings. They'll be hitting it, but it's just stayed out.
Stayed out just enough.
Matt's just looking to move that rock off center.
So it's not touching the center line, so Matt can take advantage of the no-tick rule. Since it's not touching center, that means he can tick it over to the side.
Yeah, as long as it stays in the free guard zone, it doesn't get put back.
I think that looks like...
This is quite a bit of weight.
Yeah,
They'll try and get this out, but I don't think they're gonna.
So really good, putting that, the ideal placement. You don't have your red rock come into the house so that your opponents can hit it, rather keep it in the free guard zone. However, they did push the Yanagisawa rock into the house so that it can be removed as well now. Try not to let your opponents build up a defense opportunity.
Yeah, Matt really doesn't want any rocks in the middle right now. He's probably happy just to push them all outside if he can and keep that draw path to the scoring area open. So he'll probably do the same thing with this rock. Oh, maybe not. Just never know what they're going to do, I guess.
Changing the strategy a little bit because that red rock ended up in the house.
going right in there.
Ryan Harnden here. Asked for a draw. Just in the 4-foot. Rolling in behind the guard at the top. Blue rock. Here we go. It's coming in perfectly. No sweepers needed for this. Beautiful Dunstone rock to end up sitting right above the button. Great stone thrown there by Ryan Harnden. He says, let's put up another center line guard.
This is the first of the second rocks coming down the sheet. So after this rock, they can start hitting guards if they want. That's what Matt's eyeing up right now.
Matt having the opportunity to open the end up now. Getting rid of those center line guards. Hopefully he can get both of them is what he's thinking here. Colton Lott throwing certainly enough weight for that. Excellent heavyweight thrower with awesome.
Big weight from these guys, make those rocks go away post haste.
So yeah, I was wondering about that rock that Matt's standing above. It looks like it was one of those guards up there. I thought maybe it had gone out of play, but it hadn't. So it still sits at the back button, just behind T-line.
It wasn't a guard. It was sitting in the house.
Maybe that was the shooter.
I was sitting in the house already, and the guard just caught it on the way by and.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Moved it outside a bit.
Yeah, you bet.
So with those guards gone, it's going to be a little tougher for Yanagisawa to generate some offense here and steal this win. He's either got to get his blue rocks in front of the red rocks, or he's got to get guards staying up front somehow that he can get around.
Nice crowds here at the Penticton Curling Club for this tiebreaker game. We've got 4 sheets coming up. We know that we'll be seeing Sturmey versus McEwen on sheet B. Pierce will play sheet C against either Schneider or the winner of this game. DeJong will play either Schneider or the winner of this game. And on sheet E is Howard versus Cooey. I noticed Glenn Howard wasn't playing this morning. They were a team of 3. Do you have any idea? No.
Nope.
They did just fine. So we had a blank in the 5th end. Yanagisawa took a single point in the 6th end to tie this tiebreaker game. Here we are playing the extra end, so tied at 3. Penticton Curling Club would love to thank all of our sponsors. And here comes Colton Mott with his second throw of this end. Makes the double. Nice shot. So Dunstone with 3 rocks in the house. Yanagisawa needing to steal here. Without any guards in play, that sure is pretty difficult. Would you freeze to Dunstone has hammer. So where can you go that Dunstone can't get you?
Yeah, it's really tough for the Yanagisawa team to hide right now. And Matt's just trying to keep the scoring area wide open for his final shot. He only needs 1. So the Japan team deciding to throw up a corner guard just to see if they can keep a corner there somehow. Matt wanting to hit this. Open it wide up.
Pretty risky. Not taking any chances at letting Yanagisawa take any points here or have anything to hide behind. Dunstone now not letting any blue guards stay in play. So the Yanagisawa team looking at any way to generate the steal here. Is just trying to bump that red one back a bit behind the tee line, sit in front of it, see if they can get a mistake out of the Dunstone team.
This one looks like it's tracking a little right now. The hits and rolls a bit wide, so Matt will hit that, make it go away. Probably doesn't care if he hangs around.
I was going to say, yeah,
Better-
even
better-
rolling to
better
the
if they all
outside.
leave.
Yeah, that's just fine.
Nothing to freeze on then.
That's right.
So we're down to skip rocks here. So these last two blue rocks have to count for the Yanagisawa team to take this game. And Matt will be trying his hardest to prevent that.
Yeah, you bet he will. I know he, both teams really want this. It's the make or break. This is it. Thanks so much to Curling Zone and Players Tour for being part of this event with us. It's really wonderful to be able to live stream these games. Once again, you can go visit curlbc.ca, and if you are in British Columbia, you can buy a 50-50 raffle ticket to help support the Penticton Curling Club. We're just watching this rock come into play. They're going to try and hide it behind the corner guard. Sweeper's really working at it, getting it to curl. Leaves it in a perfect spot right there on the tee line. Nice shot.
Matt just drawing up to that one, hoping to corner freeze and get second shot. And he'll also get a feel for draw weight on this shot for his final shot.
Next game scheduled to start in just around 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So it's not going to give these guys too much of a break. Our ice crew is out keeping the pebble nice and clean.
And just give a shout out to all the volunteers that keep this event going year to year.
Absolutely. It's so wonderful. We've had a great concession and people out in the parking lots and downstairs taking tickets.
Yeah, and
All kinds of things. Lounge, players lounge. Great shot.
That was a good shot by Matt.
Perfect. Yanagisawa, not much left here. Trying for the draw. Sit frozen on the button to Matt's rock that's at the back of the button. And hope that Matt can't peel it out.
That's what it looks like. Be an exciting end to this game. This shot's made.
Well, these guys have been just so good. Both teams, tied at 3 here in the 7th end of play of this tiebreaker game. Winner plays again right away. Again, both of these teams coming into this draw with a 3-2, 3 wins, 2 losses, and we will have a handshake. Matt Dunstone moving on to the playoffs in the top 12. So guaranteed some cash for Matt Dunstone and team. Congratulations to our winners. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you on the next live broadcast. Thanks, Kevin.
I didn't look. I was like, you know. He had a lot of support as well, but you know, some people are selfish, you know, and some people really know more than me, but they're not here. Look at these great comments. Lots of great comments. I appreciate it. It's fantastic. Thanks for the commentary. Thanks for the, you know, like that's. I didn't go all the way to look up at
Come on down. See how much you know about Furniture.
Well, we're not given any idea about what's happening. Yeah, like how to adjust that. Because even I had a text message that said, "Can you turn down your mic a little bit? You sound muffled." And I was like, "Well, I don't know how to do that."
Right away. He's going to bring those up. Yes, man, right?
I think they were supposed to be this way, but I'm not sure. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, they were
Everything's going down.
Okay.
We're starting with
I need to replace these batteries.
and very important.
Well, Miss Kitty, I'll be back on that duty. Oh, yeah.
These were one thing that I replaced.
Thank you. Yep. Thanks, Elle.
You got B and C.
I got C and yeah,
B,
he's
like
B.
just wait for D and then go down and do them all.
You got D right there.
Right, so I just gonna do B and D, and if you do B and C.
Yeah.
What's that?
Easy one. Okay.
probably not coming, so you'll be. Oh.
I thought they were.
This is your
Yeah, so actually,
I think so. Yeah.
oh, you gotta go.
Players.
Oh, right, you gotta.
So if they're too loud, you turn them down. When they're having a conversation, maybe turn them up and then pull back down when they start to yell. Okay? You guys will be feature sheet C. And so you'll know you're live because you'll
You're the wrong side. Yeah.
go live.
I got yours over here, guys, so. Two. You can leave. The other team, one take that, one take the other. So go over.
This is the
Red, blue. Yeah.
So this is a fun fact about the teams. So there's teams. I don't know who you have yet.
I just moved my
Yeah,
jacket
that's
off.
some facts, and then team names should be in here as well.
Now I can't talk about your mom anymore. Is she watching? Is that clipped on there? I feel like it is. Yeah.
Yucky. Whoever wins the Dijon Schneider game goes to play Brendan Butler. Yeah. Who are you looking for?